What if I told you that somewhere in a Formula One garage, there's an engine so small you could lift it with one arm, yet it produces more horsepower than a Bugatti Veyron? That's 1,000 horsepower from just 1.6 liters. Yeah, you heard me right. An engine smaller than your mom's Corolla, screaming at 15,000 RPM for 2 hours straight, and it doesn't explode. This isn't magic. It's engineering so advanced it practically bends the laws of physics. Welcome to the world of Formula One power units, machines that make NASA rockets look outdated. In this video, we're diving deep into the insane science behind how these tiny hybrid V6 monsters make 4-digit horsepower while staying together at speeds that would literally shred your car to pieces. We're talking 50% thermal efficiency, energy recovery systems smarter than your laptop, and materials that cost more per ounce than gold. So buckle up, because by the end of this video, you'll either want to become an F1 engineer or book a therapy session trying to understand how this is even possible. The change that shocked F1. Let's rewind to 2014. F1 killed off their legendary naturally aspirated V8s, those glorious screaming engines that made your spine tingle. Fans hated it. The sound changed from angry Norse gods to, well, let's just say a futuristic vacuum cleaner. But here's the twist. The new 1.6-liter turbo hybrid V6 wasn't built for sound. It was built to rewrite the laws of efficiency and power. And what F1 engineers created that year is arguably the most advanced internal combustion engine ever built. An engine that can achieve 50% thermal efficiency, meaning half the energy in the fuel actually turns into motion, not heat. To put that in perspective, your car's engine is lucky if it hits 35%. The heart. 1.6-liter V6. At the core of every F1 car is a 1.6-liter V6, arranged in a 90-degree angle. It sounds small, almost laughably small, but don't let the displacement fool you. This thing revs to 15,000 RPM. Your Civic redlines at maybe 6. Each piston in an F1 engine moves up and down 250 times per second. The valves open and close 125 times per second. At that speed, the connecting rods experience over 6 tons of force. That's like hanging a full-grown elephant off each one, 250 times a second. Now imagine the piston's acceleration, 8,000 G. Fighter pilots black out at 9 G. These pistons endure 1,000 times that every second. The materials. To survive those forces, everything inside has to be made from alien-level materials. Pistons are crafted from aluminum beryllium alloys, valves from titanium aluminide, and tolerances so tight that even a human fingerprint can throw off the balance. Each piston costs more than your entire car. Each valve, probably more than your monthly rent. And all of it built for one purpose: to make speed out of heat, air, and chaos. The turbo that defies physics. Now let's talk about the real lunacy, the turbocharger. A single turbo spins at 125,000 RPM. At that speed, the compressor tips are moving at Mach 2. That's twice the speed of sound. Your Subaru's turbo might spin at 25,000 RPM. F1's, 5 times faster. At max boost, the system creates over 73 PSI. That's 5 bar of pressure. The air coming in gets so hot, 400 degrees Fahrenheit, 200 degrees Celsius, that it needs to pass through a specialized intercooler just to keep the engine from melting. And it's not just a turbo. It's connected to an electric motor called the MGU-H that can harvest energy from the exhaust gases or eliminate turbo lag entirely by spinning the turbo electrically before the engine even needs boost. Yeah, it predicts the future. The hybrid magic. F1 engines aren't just engines anymore. They're power units, a blend of combustion and electric sorcery. There are 2 hybrid systems. MGU-K recovers energy when the car brakes and feeds it back into acceleration up to 160 horsepower instantly. MGU-H captures heat from the turbo and keeps the system perfectly balanced. Together, they create a loop of constant energy recovery, a perpetual dance of efficiency and power. At full throttle, the hybrid systems alone can power an entire small car. And remember, this all happens in real time, in a car cornering at 5G, at 200 plus miles per hour. Cooling, control, and chaos. With that much power and heat, cooling becomes life or death. Every duct, every vent, every millimeter of airflow is simulated and sculpted for perfection. The engine management system, the ECU, makes thousands of calculations per second, managing fuel, ignition, turbo boost, hybrid deployment, and even predicting failures before they happen. And the driver? He's sitting in front of the world's most powerful laptop with wheels, managing over 30 controls on the steering wheel, all while driving at 200 miles per hour. The human side. It's easy to forget that behind this madness are actual people. Hundreds of engineers, scientists, and mechanics, each specializing in parts smaller than a paperclip. They work sleepless nights, pushing metal, math, and imagination to their absolute limit, all for 2 hours on Sunday, when everything must go perfectly. If one sensor misreads by a fraction, a $10 million car turns into scrap metal. That's F1, a sport of precision, obsession, and controlled chaos. Why it matters. So why should you care about a 1.6-liter engine making 1,000 horsepower? Because this is where future tech is born. The same hybrid systems and efficiency breakthroughs that keep an F1 car alive at 200 miles per hour are finding their way into your next car, maybe even your EV. Formula One isn't just racing anymore. It's the cutting edge of energy, material science, and AI-driven engineering. The next time you hear someone say, F1 isn't what it used to be, just smile and tell them, you're right, it's even crazier now. Because somewhere out there, an engine small enough to fit in a suitcase is quietly rewriting the laws of physics. If you love this kind of deep dive into the mad science of motorsport, hit that subscribe button, smash like, and turn on notifications. Because next week, we're going inside another engineering legend, the car that broke F1's rules and won anyway.